We've really been putting in the work. On top of that, the album's incredible. The best 25 minutes you'll ever spend.
So excited to chat with Cola from the OBGMs. They are an incredible punk band, and I have heard of your guys' music through the Polaris Prize, but I am so happy I know you guys exist. The Polaris Prize, that was not your first time being on the long list or even the short list. Where were you guys when you found out?
I think we were all in different parts of the city when we found out well about the second time. Dens was already kind of like, yo, you guys need to put us on the short list for this, right? And truthfully, with the amount of noise that we've been making, I don't see how anybody would disagree with.
Yeah.
We've been really putting in the groundwork, getting the people together and really like trying to hypen up the community, both in Toronto and outside. We've done a really good job at connecting with other bands, connecting with fans, and we've really been putting in the work. On top of that, the album's incredible. The best 25 minutes you'll ever spend.
I heard that you guys literally messaged the Polaris being like, save us a spot for next year. And
Yeah,
that manifestation is crazy. It's half manifestation and half hard work,
yeah,
100%. So,
absolutely.
who was the first person that you called to tell the news?
I was next to my wife when it happened. I was like, "Oh, yo, check this out." But the first people we call literally is each other. It's a band of brothers, really. We're just like, "Yo, did you see what happened? Boom, we got it." And then from there, you don't even reach anybody. Everybody reaches you. You start
Yeah.
getting phone calls, you start getting texts. I'm hearing from people that I haven't heard from in a while. Yo, congrats on this, congrats on that. It was pretty cool.
And your phone
Mhm.
was super close to blowing up, I could imagine.
Yeah. All the time. My phone's on life support literally all the time. It's crazy. I need to get another charging hub.
Or maybe another phone.
I already have too many electronics at this moment. The last thing I
Very
need to
true.
do is add another one.
Yeah.
Denz already has like 14 bags for like his hard drives, his cameras. Somewhere along the line, artists had to become content creators,
Yeah.
and he's been doing content non-stop. So now all you do is create content. Like it's this extra job on top of the job of already, speaking to people within the music industry and then figuring out search engine optimization and then doing, designs for your merchandise and then on top of that, advancing for shows, advancing for studio, advancing for all these different types of things. And now on top of that, content creation, right? And then from there, you got to figure out how to get that into the right eyes. There's formulas that you got to follow, and the formulas change all the time. So that's why we have so many things with us.
You guys are constantly doing something, but the moment that you guys have time to rest, what are you doing personally?
I don't have time to rest. I have two little ones. As soon as I'm not doing something related to the OBGMs, I'm doing something related to my home
Hmm.
and my wife and my kids. To be honest with you, the most rest I get is on tour. My body is not calibrated to get a full night of rest. I'll go to sleep at 1 a.m. and I'll still wake up at 6 a.m., which is when my baby's. The first thing I do is if I'm not doom scrolling, because we all know we all do, I'm checking in on something for work related, or I'm trying to teach myself Spanish, which I'm doing a terrible job at, right? But it's just like trying to always keep my mind racing and going, always writing down ideas for songs, for content development, for merchandise, like all these different things. I guess I'm at the age where rest is not really much of an option. I'm trying to make peace with that. So
It,
trying.
it's a chaotic but like humble environment, I guess.
Yeah, it's very chaotic, but yet very humble. Like, I mean, we all have families, partners. I think that's why we are so serious with this. I think there's a lot of bands where they just want to be cool in their city or their neighborhood. The more recent but very serious intent is for us to reach stadiums. How do you do that being as DIY as we are?
Hmm.
So, you got to put in the work. So that's what we're here to do. Hmm.
100%. As Den said, like you guys literally want to be the biggest punk band. And one day you guys are gonna look back on it and be like, okay, we were right.
And that's the thing too, right? We already think we're the best. The one thing that it takes, and I'm getting at you about this, is we just need people to see it,
Hmm.
right? All you need to do is see it. We can prove it. Just be there.
Literally.
We can prove it. Just listen to the record. That's it. Like it's so simple. That's why we're on the road. We're trying to get in front of eyes and ears, and hearts and minds and souls and bodies.
All of the above. Are your kids old enough to know what you do?
So I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, and the 5-year-old has was actually at Born and Raised in St. Catharines when we played alongside Pup, Alexisonfire, Cleopatra. She was there on the drums, like as I was sound checking.
Cute.
But she's excited about music. She's excited about me doing music. She's interested in playing guitar, which I am happy about. But drums, you don't want to play. And she's actually really good at singing and very interested in K-pop demons.
That's so sweet. You're in Montreal tonight. Have you guys sort of like found a spot that you must revisit every time you come here? Because you're here often.
It used to be Triple Crown actually, because I believe it closed down. I wouldn't say I have a favorite spot, but I'm pretty sure Dens has a favorite spot. I'm pretty sure Joe does, Simon does. But me, I'm open to everything.
Amazing. Almost 20 years into this band. I mean, what keeps you guys hungry and sort of like wanting to push forward?
There's different markers as to what keeps us pushing forward. I would say one of the biggest markers as of recent is basically having our Canadian punk rock heroes stand behind us and be like, these are the next guys.
Mhm.
Sum 41, Alexisonfire, Death from Above, 1979, Billy Talent, Pup. They believe in us. They think that's been the big thing pushing forward. And honestly, just wanting it bad enough, knowing that we are that good.
Yeah, I truly believe that like that mindset and just honestly, if you work hard at something, like it must come.
It has to. Exactly that. That's what we're working towards. That's what's on the menu. That's what we're gonna get.
And the
Mhm.
world will be served. You
Yeah.
mentioned all those punk bands, and you're also influenced by Prince, Jay-Z, Kanye, et cetera, et cetera. So if you put all those groups in one room, what do you think that would look like?
It either looks like the best jam ever or it looks like a brawl.
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly what I would want, right? I would want it to look like a competition. Me and Denz were raised in hip hop, right? And battle culture was huge, right? Because that was the training ground, the sparring. That's what made you better.
Hmm.
And I think in rock music in general, there's this, especially punk rock, there's this attitude of self-deprecation that we realized is kind of ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like, why are you doing this unless you want to be the best? We
Yeah.
want to be the best. We
Hmm.
think you're the best.
Yeah,
That's why we are going so hard at everything we do. Otherwise, why else would we spend 20 plus years doing this?
literally.
And a lot of people do end up doing that and have that attitude and can't get out of their city. So
Hmm.
there's that too. I don't want to be that.
Absolutely will not. If you could create your next video with an unlimited budget and literally everything you can get done, what do you think that would look like? What is your dream music video?
I would probably want to raise Stanley Kubrick from the dead, or just get a time machine, go into the past,
Hmm.
and create like a short film with him for the next record. Or I get the Hype Williams from yesteryear when the videos in the '90s were really something with
Hmm.
the wide uh, camera lenses and the amazing colors that he had going in his videos. That's what I would see personally.
Yeah, that would be absolutely insane. I mean, I heard that Denz has directed your music videos and your
All of
content,
them.
and he is a perfectionist. So, in your point of view, sort of like when do you know an album is done?
Anytime you're doing something to the song that is not making the song better, that's when it's done. And honestly, my perspective on this changes a lot. So we're from the generation of artists that we kind of grew up with and around, trying to perfect their records
Hmm.
only to make better records and then shelve the other records. That is the thing that we are getting out of now, which I'm really happy about. We've been together 20 years. We have what, one, two, three albums and an EP.
Hmm.
That's not enough. We should have an album every year, or at least singles every year. Or at least that's what streaming services have been asking for to kind of keep the algorithm moving, which is both good and bad. At the same time, if you even look at your favorite bands from the 70s, they were releasing new albums every year.
Hmm.
Maybe it's going back. So maybe this is good. Just as long as we're not too precious and we could keep writing songs and keep building, like that is the way to go.
And
You
like
know?
there's bands like let's say like Fleetwood Mac where their chart-topping album was like their 10th album. Before that,
Yeah,
like
exactly that. And it's the same with Prince.
on the record, the first track is a voice memo from a friend, and there's one quote that like really stuck with me. That's "Who's watching the watcher?" The album has to do with the end of lots of things. I wanted to ask, what does the end of the world look like for you?
I think that's when no one can see past their own humanity. When no one can see past that, it's over. It's starting to look like that. Right now, everyone is
Yeah.
siloing off into their own little groups
Hmm.
and they're looking for differences as opposed to similarities. And
Yeah.
we see what that's bringing. So I don't know. Maybe we're close.
Maybe we're close, but the OBGMs
Yeah.
will be the biggest band before then.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll save you too. Just listen to us.
Thank you. Today is your first day of your tour, and you're headed towards the US very soon. So, who's most likely to get lost somewhere, and where would you find them?
It's funny. He is basically the tour manager.
Okay, love it.
Dens. That's the thing. I don't think any of us would get lost per se, but lose things. We had a tour in Australia and he couldn't find his passport. And we were like, oh man,
No,
we can't have Dens stay here. But he did find it.
where
He
was
found
it?
it and we made it. Huh?
Talking shit.
Where was
Oh,
it?
oh look, here he is. He's got to run and go do a couple of things.
Crazy. Where was the
Um,
passport in the end?
turned out to be with the car rental place. The car rental place had it, which is absolutely insane to me because I was just
Yeah,
like, they didn't call you, like nobody reached out to you. And
yeah.
then I think later he was going through his emails and they did email him and tell him that they had it. It was such a bad situation, but we made it home because it was his birthday too. This
No.
is actually, you know what's funny? I did get lost when we were in Spain. The streets are not parallel,
Mm,
right? They're all crisscross. And I just made one bad turn and I was gone.
crazy.
And like there's a reason I'm working so hard on learning Spanish, right?
Which is so smart though. I'm currently learning Italian. I have
Nice.
been like slacking off. My Duolingo owl has like a frowny face. I think he gave up on me, but I promise I'm coming back at one point.
Oh man. Yo, check this out. And this just goes to show you that I need more than Duolingo. There we go. 815 days.
Crazy.
But it hasn't made me good at speaking. It
Mm,
has only made me good at listening and
and
responding in
understanding.
English.
Yeah. I asked randomquestion.com to give you a random question, and your random
Okay.
question is if you could swap lives with an animal for 24 hours, what animal would it be?
I would probably want to be an orca.
Okay, love it.
Not one at SeaWorld, though. Definitely one that's like in the wild. That's a cool question. I like
Amazing answer
it.
too. I feel like they are sort of underappreciated.
Oh, completely.
Yeah,
Have you ever watched Blackfish?
I haven't.
It's fantastic.
I'll watch it tonight, literally. Who are your favorite artists right now?
Rochelle Jordan, I think she's absolutely incredible. I'm bumping a lot of Steely Dan. There's one song on the piano of theirs that I'm actually trying to learn called Fire in the Hole. And Ruby Johnson, she's a old school singer, like from the 60s. I've been listening to a lot of her stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Those are my favorite artists right now, but honestly, this changes all. My absolute favorite artist of all time is like George Clinton from Parliament Funkadelic, just
Mhm.
because of all the different worlds that he was living in, working with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Parliament Funkadelic. I could go on and on.
I feel the exact same. That
Mhm.
and like also when people ask me who my favorite artists are, sometimes I'm like, okay, do I even listen to music? Like no one comes to mind.
It is because you absorb so much music, right? And it's just like sometimes there's somebody that you'll listen to constantly, and then you won't listen to, like, you'll listen to them for 4 months straight, and then you won't listen to them
Yeah.
like for the next 3 years,
Yeah.
right? Just because it's where you are right now.
Cola from the OBGMs, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. This has been amazing. And once you're back in Montreal, I will be there 100%.
Please, and let's do an in-person like follow up, like with the boys and
Yeah.
everything. Like, trust me, we're all a good time. We're really fun. So it would be great. Yeah, just come through.